Welcome to the Back on My Feet podcast, the how-to manual for single parents. Muthoni Omuhango candidly considers the plight of single parenthood while masterfully weaving personal experience with research and with the encounters of others, in order to shine a light of hope for single moms and dads. She brings a beautiful blend of spiritual and psychosocial counsel, formidable keys in breaking free from the enemy's hold in various aspects of life, all while keeping it real. As a single parent, you do not have to walk alone. Find a community of sisterhood or brotherhood to belong to as you walk through the different seasons of your life. To find all the program modules, log in to www.muthoniomuhango.kenyaclc.org. This podcast is sponsored by CLC Kenya, a Christian missions organization that uses literature to impact lives for Jesus Christ. For more information, go to www.kenyaclc.org.
This is Back on My Feet, and we'll be discussing how to prepare yourself, children, and spouse-to-be for marriage, for those who are not married before, and for remarriage, for those who were married and maybe their spouses passed on, or they had separation and then divorce. Now, our encouragement is that God has a plan, and He's never stuck or, thrown aside by the circumstances that happen in our lives. And so we are here saying that we will get back on our feet. Allow me to take us through what we'll be discussing in the next 8 weeks. So today we will have the introduction for this module. Then next week we'll look at how to be a model for your child or to your child. And then we'll look at understanding marriage, what's God's original intent, and then we'll look at the myths about marriage. Then and then on the fourth week, we will look at how to prepare yourself for marriage. Now, you yourself, there are 3 people involved. I know there are some people who signed up and they don't have children, which is still okay. There's what you can glean and learn from this module. But for those who already have children, because the module is also has a bias for single parents, single moms and single dads. So how do you prepare yourself? And we'll be looking at how to forgive the past, how to overcome loneliness in the meantime, and why you should be focusing on your purpose during this time of singlehood. And then on week 5, we'll look at how to prepare your children for marriage and remarriage. Remember, if you already have children, they are also very key stakeholders in your next steps in life, because if you get into another marriage or you get into marriage for the first time with your kids, they will also live that life with you. And so it is very important to know how to prepare your children before the spouse comes. And then when the spouse comes, there is what should be happening even with your children. And then after the wedding, and now you're living together as one family. And then on week 6, we'll look at how to prepare your spouse to be for marriage or remarriage, how and where to find a spouse. That should not be mistaken that I'm dishing out spouses. Not at all. We just want to make sure that we are in the right places so that the right people can be able to find us, and how to manage that process when the spouse comes along. And then on week 7, we'll look at courtship and wedding planning. Very important. What should you be doing at that particular time when you've already found the right person, or the right person found you? Then we'll look at the need to discuss the past, how to handle finances, how to handle in-laws, how to handle culture and church, discussing whether you will want to have more kids or not, exploring your value systems. Then we'll look at the 3 content rope, and then dreaming together, and then having a work-home balance, and also transitioning of friends. So it's important that we do that. And then, of course, the need for premarital counseling. And then in the last week, which will be week 8, we'll be looking at the blended family and life after the wedding date. There's wisdom that is needed, knowledge is needed, so that you have a good stay together and you enjoy your marriage, and your kids can also enjoy the stay with the spouse that you will have gotten. Now, if you missed previous modules, we've discussed emotional stability. I'll send you a link so that you can also explore that. It's important for you to sort out emotional stability before you get to even a season of now looking for a spouse or believing God for a spouse to find you. So if you've not sorted that out, there's a link there on my website, and you can be able to go through that. We've already discussed that, and just be able to review and bring yourself to a good place where you're emotionally stable. And then we've also, the just previous module is financial independence. So also, encouraging you to be at a good place financially. Doesn't mean you have to be rich or you have to be a millionaire, but coming to a place where your income and your expenses are balancing, and a lot of wisdom that was shared there by myself and the guests that we had. So you can also go to my website and you'll be able to do that to get more information. And then finally, the next module after this one will be looking at mastering childcare. We said in the previous modules, we looked at causes of single parenthood and went through steps to analyze your situation, to forgive yourself or whoever you feel is responsible. It could be your spouse, a boyfriend, a friend, could also be God, especially sometimes for people who have lost their spouses or have gone through a very difficult marriage. Sometimes we feel angry and we need to be angry at someone or at something, and sometimes it could be God. There's an amazing book called Disappointment with God. It's very good to just be able to go with through that book. It's by Philip Yancey, and it's a book I recommend, especially when you feel God has disappointed you and you'd want to come to a place where you feel like you're at a good place with God. Then we also looked at the plan of escape and the challenges of single parenthood. And then in this module, we'll be looking at how we can thrive and flourish in our current stage of life, and also considering whether you would want to get married or to remarry, and so how to prepare yourself, your children, and your spouse. Thank you very much for our time together, and I look forward to us working together and see what God has in plan for us.